I started this journey with Buddha CEO almost 3 weeks back, and every time I do meditation with you, sir, either online or offline, every meditation experience is healing somewhere something deep inside me that I can see in the way I think, the way I speak, with my actions as well as with my words also. Today morning, I'll just share the incident, what happened today morning. When I got up at 5, I realized that there is no water in the house. Now I have to take care and manage the kids all by myself, make their breakfast, get them ready. And I was like, initially before meditation, I used to start getting panic. Oh shit, water is not there. How will I do this? And I don't know what happened. Something came into my mind that Poonam, relax. Things will happen. Do not worry. And that was the moment I realized this has never happened before with me. Otherwise, I used to get so tense. How am I going to manage? But then I just relaxed. I said, okay, let's continue with the work and let's see what happens. And automatically things started falling into place. I've seen that changes in my relationships also. Like you said, that detachment. I was so much attached to my relationships now that I wanted people, okay, if I say this, please do this. So at times those relationships were not working, whether be it my husband or my children. But then I realized that I have to detach, I have to just let go. I cannot control anything, but all I can do is I can control myself from falling into that trap of controlling people and everything. I said, just let go. Let people do what the way they want to do. You just be calm. You do with a peaceful mind, with a calm mind. Other benefits I can say, sir, my sleep quality has actually used, like you keep saying this, so I never used to agree at times. कि ऐसे कैसे 8 घंटे की नींद तो चाहिए ही चाहिए है करके ना. But then I realized that even if I'm sleeping 5 hours, I'm waking up with a fresh mood, fresh mind, like to just begin that new day. And initially I had sleep issues also, like just turning on the bed from left to right, and I used to never say that I'm so tired, I'm awake since morning, but I'm not falling asleep. But now that sleep pattern I've changed, there's a drastic change in that. The moment I lie down in the bed, I'm just off to sleep. And that even 5 hours of sleep, when you get up, initially I used to feel, I don't want to get out of the bed. But then today I feel कि automatically I get up and I'm like, okay, yes. I've started appreciating, I've started paying gratitude to every minute things in the life. And that has actually, and all this has happened, it is only because of the meditation. And I make sure that if I don't attend the session before sleep, I will definitely at least attend the meditation part and then go off to sleep.
Good morning, good afternoon, and a wonderful evening, dear friends and masters. Very warm welcome to day 11 of our gratitude journey. And as we are learning how to enhance our energies, coming to this sacred platform, where we are learning how we can step into our best potential. Let's take this moment, to pause and reflect that how each decisions and the choices that we make today creates our environment, creates our inner world and outer world. We're going to learn the choices that we make for sattvic food and vegetarian food, how it would enhance our spiritual journey. So very warm welcome to you, sir. Over to you.
Happy morning, dear friends and masters. Great afternoon, evening. I have to salute Poonamji for narrating so beautifully everything. Our practice will take care of a life transformation. There is first stage where we do 10 minutes of meditation. Here the we try to get into meditation. 10 minutes, 15 minutes, may not listen to the wisdom. Maybe do it twice a week. The shorter meditation will calm us for sure. A stage of calm mind. We'll see definite benefits. A little bit of mindfulness is there. Peace of mind is there. Situations improve. You do it before a meeting, the meeting will go great. Great. But the real transformation happens, like Poonamji, when we take this as a sincere practice for a few weeks. And a practice is meditation, or practice is this knowledge to take and to consciously look to apply it. The transformation where everything changes. And one of them is no complaints, no judgments. Power of speech. That she mentioned about it. I think differently. Now I also talk differently. This is a very, 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 very important subject for a meditation practice now. Is about really understanding how well I speak, how beautiful I speak. What do I speak? Why do I speak? Speaking will determine your awareness levels. Speaking will determine your understanding of the concept of energy. Speaking will determine how much you truly imbibe the qualities of the whole, your consciousness. If consciousness is always excellent in doing whatever it's doing, it helps you where we are, each of us. Just as speaking of words, the right speech is all that is making a huge difference to our lives and others' lives, the right speech. We're a field of three. And this is the most important concept that Patriji emphasized all the time. And I never understood in the beginning. But then later, the more I looked into it, the more the entire spirituality is codified in these statements, very, very practical statements of right speech. In that right speech, number one is no complaints, no judgments about anybody. Spirituality says, our meditation science says now that we are the whole. The quantum field is saying everything is energy, everything is connected. You are energy and not matter, so you are the whole. You're infinitely potential. You have great thought to create what you wish to create. Then a complaint cannot be there. If you understood that, this cannot be there. If you become that, then there won't be a complaint because you recognize and say anything that's coming is drawn by me. We have three fields. We have thought field, we have field of words, and then we are field of actions. Vakshetra is a very powerful concept of Patriji. Now he did it in Telugu, we don't have in English talking about it. Vakshetra. The three kshetra means the field, our thoughts, our words, and deeds. In thoughts, you are completely independent, complete an experience in thought. Whatever that you want to do, you can imagine your thought can go on about an experience of you going somewhere, traveling somewhere, fighting with somebody, or whatever that is, experiencing great sensual pleasure with somebody, whatever that could be, you can have thought field. You can think, visualize, imagine that happened, feel satisfied, you're done. That experience is done. Because it's all in the energy, and then you move into the newer state of energy through your thought. So in energy level, realizing you're finishing an experience, you're saying, I'm done, okay, I'm happy, I'm joyful. You don't say, now I want that to be physically also showing up. You have the ability to complete an experience in your thought world. You're free, your thoughts are yours. You can contain them, you can complete them there. If you don't complete them, it is half done. You say, okay, now I wish to see that physically happen to me, then that's called manifestation. But if you imagine of, you organizing a big event and you go up there, you feel like, people are coming and then they are joyfully going and you're so satisfied, everything can be imagination. And then you say, yes, that's it. That's my beautiful event of organizing. And then one can easily get satisfied with it. There's no necessity to experience that physically, but that's the thought field. You are independent of what you want to do in that field. Field of actions are based on your character, your personality. If I have a lot of fears, it's going to show up. You cannot control a fear. If I have a lot of judgment about an individual, then whatever they do, it's going to come out because our subconscious programs drive our behaviors. 95% of behaviors are driven through the subconscious program. If I have a strong judgment about an individual who is always, bothering me, a lot of times happens at a workplace, at home, then our response will come out. It's not something you can control. You can't control your anger and say, hey, why are you angry all the time? Don't try to correct an action because action cannot be corrected. Instead, somebody has to look at and say, what causes the action? What is the subconscious program that is pushing these buttons automatically for this to happen? So field of actions cannot correct. One has to go back to see what program they have, what characters, what's their character. That has to change. Then our actions will change. If I have a lot of greed, then I go on stealing, I go on dominating to take it from others. You cannot change that. Don't try to correct somebody's greed and see if you can give them meditation or if you can give them some knowledge or how so irrelevant, how it causes suffering to many. Actions cannot be corrected. Only the programs, the personality that needs to change for the actions to change. In the field of thoughts, we're independent, can complete experiences. In the field of action, we can't do anything. That has to happen. And for that to change, our views has to change, our intentions have to change. And so automated actions will change. Personality will change. Our field of words is about creation here, which we are intending to create in the material world. That experience is here. When you talk about something here, material, you're bringing it out. Thought field, it's energy field, it's there. But when you bring it out here, word, right? It's a sensory thing. A word is sensory thing. Senses means here. Thought is energy, not here, is out of the sensory field. And so the field of word means then whatever you say then is to be now dealt with here. There has to be a material experience out of it that's going to happen. Either we say rubbish things and we have to experience the rubbish things without knowing. I'm a stupid fellow. I don't know. I don't know why I do this. I'm such an. Then we use different words to ourselves. And then so we have to experience that because we say that with emotion, our thoughts and feelings create reality that is going to be coming out right here. The words are like bullets. And so then Don McGuire, there will be a talk on 4 Agreements, book by Don McGuire Ruiz. The black magician, words are like black magicians' tools. What do black magicians do? They have intense power when they do something. And so then it goes to the other side. If they're weaker, they'll take that energy, and so they also start suffering. The words pierce through others, because it's communicated to others. Words, intense amount of energy, because words trigger a lot of thought. Are they coming from our thought, our behavior, our understanding? So if we can work on words which are impacting us, our creation, our experience here, or it is impacting others. I'm not going to talk to you because you're just always like this. I don't like this and I'm simply going to drop this and go. We're frustrated at home. I'm not going to like this. I'll simply drop this and go. When you use these words, then you have to face the consequence of it. Now, that may be one of the most important things for you to do, but then you're using these words out of lack of awareness. And so I'm going to drop this and go. Now, it's very important for you, and you drop this, then who's going to get impacted? You're going to get impacted. Now it has to be created. Materially, it has to be experienced because we said it. Awareness of the speech is required, where our speech has to be beautiful. It should be elevating. It's not pull somebody down in the way we speak. It should be encouraging someone. So it means our words, we have to look carefully be there in, is it inducing fear into somebody? Fear. We don't inflict fear, instead love or joy. So words that are full of fear, scaring people, usually negative, disastrous thought. Yesterday I went on this road trip and then it was just horrible. So many accidents are taking place. So much traffic is showing up everywhere. Nobody bothers about traffic and it just goes on this and that. In many cases, it induces fears. A lot of drivers, a lot of people don't want to drive because of this, what they hear all the time. They don't want to learn driving. Now, driving is mobility. You want to be mobile. If you're mobile, then you're free. If you're not, then you feel restricted. Now, they want to learn, but there's all these kinds of words and everywhere spoken, so you feel like, okay, it's not worth it. Well, your capabilities are unlimited. This happens. You don't even know that you're causing that influence on many, whether youngsters or many women in India. It could be anywhere, but why not? It's constantly happening because of simple words, the poor choice of words that are spoken by everybody around. No, it's scary to do here. It is very scary because you know what happened? That fellow just came like this and hit. What's the point in sharing a word like that when that happens? What's the point? Why do you need to share something? It's of no use to them or to you, because if you say it, you're going to relive it. Do you want a reliving of an experience like that? And if you share to somebody, you're going to scare them. If not anything, you simply talk about it, open up and say, because we're trained and say, I have to open my mouth in the group. Otherwise, I'm like, people see me like, what, this fellow doesn't talk. And so we're trained to say that you have to open the mouth and talk. Hey, talk. No. Yogis don't talk. They absolutely are in silence. We're in a group, only if there is something we communicated. Communication through telepathy will happen. Two great masters don't have anything to talk because all happens automatically. We communicate only is absolutely necessary, number one. We communicate with encouraging positive words. We communicate only if it is truth. Only if it's truthful. If it's not, if we can't establish the truthfulness of that thing, then we don't just like that open and talk about it. Just because, somebody, now this discrimination is coming. If some superstar is speaking about something, doesn't mean that it is right. doesn't mean it's right. Even here, everything that's being said, you know what Gautam Buddha said, this is my truth. This is what I experience. And then through this technique, through this process, and I understand this is what causes no suffering. This is my truth. Do not believe me. Experiment by yourself, and then you take it. Every newcomer must look to see, just because Chandra said it, just because Sonalji is saying, and then she is there on the stage. And so then everything you said is true. You never fall into the trap, especially in the beginning, in such our own experimentation. Establish that this is true for me, and then we do it. Not until that time. That 8 hours of sleep may not be necessary when we say it. Then your feeling is telling, no way, I have to sleep. Thinking, contemplate on it to see how do I experiment. That gap will come down at some point. Our Swadharma has to be followed. Swadharma, Paradharma. Swadharma means what I feel like doing. Paradharma is what others are telling me, others are doing, and then I will also do that. From there we learn, but here we change slowly through our inner feeling. But the learning, we're talking about the concept of Vakshetra. So this triple filter will be very, very useful in what to express and triple filter in how to express. That can be very useful. What to express, at least one. I will talk about positive news, positive things, positivity. I don't generally bring up all the negative news around. Then the only thing, you take up newspaper, 99% is negative anyway. Is it necessary to be carried to somebody? Not at all. I stopped reading newspaper. I'll take only the headlines here and there. A lot of time saved. Because whatever we take in is all going to accumulate there. And then our goal is to clear this. And then here you do meditation, you go and read the newspaper, you'll accumulate a lot of stuff there again. What we're feeding in is what is coming true slowly, because your knowledge leads to experience. You see today and you sympathize and say, what a sad thing happened. And then you say something else. Now you are with a feeling, you're saying that these things continue to happen in India. Oh my God, this is such a sad story. These things continue to happen in India. This is such a sad story that me and my children are having to face. When you say these words, then you're exactly causing that to be created again. Don't even know, but we cause that creation to happen. Now you may sit and wonder, how will I happen created? But that's how creation is. You're wanting to experience more of that. Without knowing. First of all, it's not required to be spoken. And if it's required to be contemplated, then we say, what is the reason? Then, of course, we go to the understanding law of reincarnation, law of cause and effect, we get some answers. We know how to be empathetic. And if they're next to us, how to give them that comfort and then support. If I'm in the right position to do something, I will do. If I'm the authority to do something, but not otherwise to talk about it. If I have a deep calling that I must start a movement, I will go and do it. But not simply just passing the buck on to somebody and just keep talking unwanted suggestions to give. They are no help. Your energy is wasted. You're potentially causing that creation to happen more. And people around you, are you pulling them down? There's no value. No value whatsoever. So positivity, truthfulness, and usefulness, three things have to be looked at, dear friends. The triple filter. Entire spirituality can be coded when we speak without randomly, just like that arbitrarily two people speak. My God, when I went to one of my alumni friends, they college alumni, I think, all those old students came together. I was like that, sure, I was like that 20 years ago, no doubt about it. I'm not special. I don't want to say special. But then when we start understanding, look, there's so much of random rubbish was going on. We are like putting every character, student, friend after friend after friend. So this fellow used to do this, this is always like that, and judging, talking about this and that. It doesn't stop from the past, then it's just random killing time. That's all. We call it and use it in a beautiful thing called memories. One of these filters at least must pass for us to deliver. The delivery, Gautam Buddha talked about it. Delivery. Timing is important. Just because, just don't dump it right there. You lose a deal. Isn't it? What a poor choice would be that you would come in there and then your team members, you worked hard and say, you know what, we lost this deal, this customer blasted us, this is what happened. Timing has to be there. It must be communicated. It's not a great thing. It's not a positive news, but still be communicated because it's useful to them. If it feels useful, then use the right timing, the right tone. Right timing, right tone. The intention. What's your intention in telling that news to your team? To blame somebody? The intention behind is to point somebody, to victimize somebody, to exploit somebody, or the intention is to genuinely bring it to their attention so that next time they will look at it differently. What is the intention behind which we are talking? When you are commenting, making a review comment, what is the intention? Oh, this fellow, so I really have to pull him up today. Intention matters because it is intention that carries the energy towards that. And so then intention needs to be, and it will happen when we are, of course, meditating and understanding more and more. But the more objective we become, then of course, the intentions also become more and more clear. Our views increase and intentions change. So dear friends, so part of this is this complaining nature. Our words, and if somebody is bringing up and saying, nothing happens for me, then you have a person of only complaining in nature. Be watchful for them. Rather than trying to explain to them in words about how to engage, make them sit for meditation. Now, if they don't sit for meditation, and a lot of times I do it, when people come and the only thing they want to interested is to just talk about the problem, if they're not ready to listen to a solution that you have, then you don't need that engagement. First thing is to not talk about the problem to amplify it, instead to make them sit for meditation. If you know that they're not meditating, that'll cool off. Then you will be, different words will come. Unwanted stuff not to be spoken. So the complaints and judgments must go away, because when they're more, and then practice it today and see what happens. If we didn't complain, would that have mattered? Just would like you to practice it. If you didn't complain, the issue is there. That means it's a reflection, reflecting onto you, because the understanding is whatever is happening is a mirror that is of, people are reacting certain ways, it's a mirror onto you. If things are happening to you because we drew those experiences into our life through our own past thought. Let's go into this meditation once again, dear friends. We're practicing breath mindfulness meditation. Our goal is to rest the mind. And we do this by observing our natural breath. We call it, with the natural breath, with eyes closed. As seen in the picture, sit down comfortably on the floor and the chair. With your fingers into fingers, hands in your lap, crossing your feet across legs if you're sitting on the floor, closing your eyes, remove the spectacles if you wear, and then observe your normal, natural breath. When you observe your breath, your mind becomes empty, less of thought, calmness prevails. We feel deeply peaceful. Be in that state. Whatever that happens at that time, any sensation, moment, energy, observe it, witness it. If there are thought, and thoughts will come, move your attention back to the breath and again start the process all over. This is called breath mindfulness meditation. Let's start with this process today. Relax yourself. Dear friends, with your specs removed, eyes closed, fingers into fingers, hands in your lap, comfortably rested, observe your normal, natural in-breath and the out-breath. And you observe your breath, your mind slowly becomes less and less of thought. Allow yourself to merge into your breath and allow yourself to experience the deeper calmness as your mind is becoming empty. All that liberated energy moves into the generous present moment. You become mindful. You experience deeper. and allow yourself to experience that emptiness. That blackness. Of no body, of no thing. All emptiness is energy. The quantum field of energy. The field that ever exists, ever expansive and ever blissful. The more you are with it in this emptiness and this energy, the more you become of it. Expansive, blissful, Merge into the emptiness of yourself. This is your divine self. That intelligence constantly paying attention to you. Signaling through intuition and messages. The more you merge into this energy, that emptiness, the more you are in touch with this greater mind, that intelligence, the more clearer you become. Friends, it's a great honor, it's a great privilege to be experiencing this life, to be exploring consciousness at this time of history. Be grateful to all things and to everyone for helping us be in this life. It's always sacrifice of something and someone that helps us to be in the moment, to experience what we do. Your gratitude to your parents, to your teachers, your mentors, to your family, friends, colleagues, everyone in your life. Be grateful to this grand nature, the bird, the fish, and the animals. Which always brings so many insights into a life, so much of joy into a life. Your gratitude to everything you use, the technology, the system, the companies, government, that bring convenience and comfort. And gratitude to yourself and to this intelligent universe. Gratitude is the ultimate state of receivership. And whenever you're ready, you can keep your hands on your eyes for 5 seconds and then may open your eyes. Okay, dear friends, we went longer on Anapanasati today. Without heart elevation process, about 40 minutes of meditation. Hope you enjoyed it. We'll talk about the vegetarian choices in the another session, the food choice in another session. One important aspect of meditation is to increase our mental health and several abilities of the mind. So the wisdom note today will carry about how meditation increase our mental abilities. The memory power, your ability to read and learn. When you're doing this program, and we are giving a lot of concepts, but this meditation that we do supports us. Earlier in the first week, I talked about our brain, the outer brain, which is the conscious mind, or the human brain, because humans have the ability to learn. This is where all the learning is happening, all the decision making is happening, reasoning is happening. All of that meditation, according to the research, is greatly supporting. So the first thing is that I want to take a few minutes, but the wisdom will carry in detail. So just high level, a fact that this outer brain is significantly increasing its capacities because the several neurons are built for long-term meditators. So this outer brain, what long-term meditation is doing is increased thickening of this whole outer brain. So that means more cells, more glue in between the cells. Because of it, automatically, every part of that brain which are responsible for various things, it's all in the outer brain. Your sensory perceptions are being absorbed through this outer brain. The data is processed through the outer brain. Control and command is given through the outer brain. So sensory perception means touch and pressure, your smelling, your hearing, they're all our senses, right? Your vision, they're all there. And every area is fundamentally improving, or heightened senses, we call them. Heightened senses. Our awareness increase, our heightened sense increase. So they all are, now there is something called coherence, that is happening because the concept of whole brain synchronization. Our brain has two parts, one left brain and right brain, two halves, two hemispheres. Redundancy is built into our intelligent body significantly into the brain. So two brain halves are there. If one doesn't work, second one takes over. How beautiful, isn't it? Two lungs, one doesn't work, second one takes over. Or whatever, two hands, one doesn't work, at least something, two legs. So many things are there. And so these two brains, for those who are stressful, generally stop cooperating with each other because the neural glue is not adequately there. Neural networks are not adequately there. But a meditator, what they notice is that the whole brain synchronization is happening because sufficient amount of networks are developed between them too. And another important scientific understanding is that the long-term memory from the context of mental abilities, the hippocampus, which is the second brain inside, which is called the hippocampus, a long-term memory area, research shows that this long-term memory, where you hold long-term things that are important for you, the essence goes into the long-term memory. The essence that we learn from things, it goes into the long-term memory. How do you know it's essence? Because you repeat it, you talk about it. And so then that becomes the essence of something you learn. And so that long-term memory, what they found is that for meditators, the long-term memory is increasing in size. Right? Fears reducing in size. The fears are reducing in size. And then, so then many times, for example, life after death, there is so much fear about death, you don't want to learn. Fear is reduced and slowly open up to learn. Many subjects that you're fearful of, mathematics, no way, just psychs me out. That fear reduces, you become more open to learn. So this is another reason why the memory increases long term, and then fears reduce, open for learning. Our neural circuits are generally increasing capacity. Brain synchronization is happening, right? And then the thing about the brain states are kept continuously into the better states of learning. That's alpha. A meditator regularly practices during the day is generally hovering between beta and alpha states. Beta is focused attention, alpha is fast learning. So they're in that state, they're hovering in that state. So the things happen, right? So we are initially, before meditation, you say, no way I can read. But then now, slowly you start being able to read. And then people who are there, who, let's say, practice for 2 years now, can you tell if your ability to read has improved? The same you who said, I can't read a book, and if I open it and go to sleep, now you read more. So please say if that is true for you, right, in the chat. And so, dear friends, and all of this leads to something called this there's neuroplasticity and rigidity. A brain is very rigid to learn because of various reasons, and one of them is to where we stop learning, we stop thinking actively. If we stop directing our attention towards one thing, now, as a meditator has become more focused and concentrating onto things, then we also start take a thing and then we go into it. We want to learn more about it. We want to look into why something is happening. So when you do consciously direct your attention towards things, your brain develops the ability to rewire itself. If you use it, it gets better. If you use it, it gets better. Not in a stressful fashion. If you use it in a peace, calmness, and then use it for some purpose, now it gets better to rewire itself. It's like a car. If you don't use the car, it gets jammed and it becomes difficult to door. If you don't use for a long time, it gets jammed. Now you try to push it, it try to break, right? And the same concept, the brain has to be used appropriately. So for learning, if it becomes more plastic, that means you learn more and more. It's a cycle. You're supported. So because of all of this, dear friends, and we say there are several powers. Memory power, which is commonly is what you can store and access. That means you can remember things better. His memory power is there. It increases according to the research. Your concentration increases, which many people know. Our ability to read increases. Our ability to learn. Learning is synthesizing. You learn one concept today about Vakshetra. Tomorrow you'll combine that with mindfulness. Day after tomorrow you combine that with a research paper that is presented. So your ability to bring them together will increase. So that's your absorption of learning when you put multiple things together, right? If you are having situations in life that are not in line with what you want, and then next day when you read law of karma and the law of cause and effect, then you're connecting them. On one side, you read a quantum physics concept of how thoughts create reality, and so then you connect them and say, yeah, 10 years ago in my company, the only thing I said is that I'm a failure, I can't do, I will continue to experience failures, and so that gets caused now. So you'll connect them. You learn from many concepts that you put them together. And so it's called learning power. Reason it out. That increases. Creativity increases. Thought power is when you think of things that are coming together increases. So students greatly benefit. And everybody greatly benefits. Companies greatly benefit as our abilities increase. Right, friends. So the wisdom note will cover this aspect to go into it. I just run through. Thank you very much for joining.
I think we have a question, sir, that we tried to answer. So it says it's from Devika Gokhale. And she's saying that if something is truthful but not positive, then how to handle it?
Something is truthful, not positive. If it is useful, you share. Otherwise, don't share. So assume it's useful. Madam, you can give what that is. But assume it's truthful, then you share. How to handle? There are 3 ways, right? To use the right tone. Your intentions are right to tell them. This is typical at a workplace. In the workplace, somebody is trying to hide things under the carpet. It's truth that you know it is truth, but it's not the great for that person. When talk to that person, your intentions are right, and so go and then walk up to the person, give that feedback, right? Now, you're not blaming, and you're expressing, whatever that is, that look, this is give the big picture always. Many times they don't know. The big picture is that something here causes serious impact elsewhere. It can potentially pull the whole deal away. They may be doing it primarily to just protect themselves, right? So, there are many ways to do, but all we want to do is, as long as we have the right intention, and then you're more composed about it. Before meditation, we have a knee-jerk reaction about it because it really caused some significant impact or causing. But here, more composed, more calm. And so we walk up to them. You don't have to give this feedback to them in a big group. That's to expose, not necessary. Unless the group has to learn, it's not necessary. So be mindful, and then, whatever. Feedback in private, praise in public. So give that. Unless the whole group needs to learn, talk about it in one-on-one, because it's of no use to somebody else, right? And so then in one-on-one, you give that feedback. And there can be, of course, retaliation, because the other side is not ready to accept. It can be there, but be firm, but then don't have to get into arguments. We don't argue. This whole concept is called emotional intelligence. We don't argue. Argument doesn't lead to anything. Put your point across and come back. They may not agree to it. No problem. Put your point across again. Be persistent about it. Be persuasive about it. And if you doubt, and if you feel that, oh, he or she is going to really impact this onto me, then we have fear about if they're managers, if they're leaders, and we are fearful about we're trying to protect ourselves. This is when a lot of times people try to protect themselves, and so then they sweep things under the carpet. But that fear is there. What do you fear for? When we understand next week, the empowerment comes from our own thought and feeling to create what we want. Then we stop fearing about managers and bosses. When there is not truth is on your side, you stand up and speak. The courage will come. It'll happen. Meditation brings down the fears, all fears. And then we take action.
Thank you, sir.
Yes.
One of the participants asked that it's from Ensha that they have been doing meditation for a while, but now learning the science with this program first time for 40 days, and has been trying to leave tobacco, and it's been a long time. So is there something else can they do with an intention to see how they can get rid of that habit?
You want to explain scientifically to them, then that's whether you think they can take it. Go to eocinstitute.org. Then there is a section on addictions. I may talk about this in mental health concept. Today, I talked about mental abilities, mind abilities, mental health, how addictions and depressions are reduced to meditation. There's plenty of evidences there. You can refer to that EOC Institute, somebody can type, and then print that article and show it to them. Okay.
Okay, sir. Will
And
do.
if they simply want to really get to the problem, and then they come and sit here in this program for 40 days, and then they will see a huge difference. Yes, Reshma, or there is some announcement for upcoming programs?
Yes, sir. Friends, we're going to have one of our greatest senior master, and she does everything. She can host, she can facilitate, has been meditating. She'll talk a lot about herself, but she's one of our greatest volunteer to go to, is here with us. Her name is Reshma Kaushik from Bangalore, and she's going to talk about our upcoming programs for coach. So welcome, Reshma ji, and over to you.
Thank you. Thank you, Sonal ma'am. Yes, friends. So I hope you all are having a wonderful wisdom sessions here in this program. So if you want to spread this to your community or in the corporates for your friends and family, but you want to do this in a very structured way with all this scientific wisdom, here is the program, our coach program. It's a certified scientific meditation coach program. So we have 2 levels in this program, level 1 and level 2. So level 1 will cover the basic concepts where you will learn the basic of all the quotients physically, mentally, spiritually, manifestation. You will be learning all the basics of all the quotients. Level 2 will be the advanced concepts. So now, so this program is offering in 2 certifications. One is Buddha Siva certified, and another one is Buddha Siva and Esvyasa certified. We are jointly issuing the certificate. So the program will be same, only in the certificate, the Esvyasa added advantage will be there with the minimal price difference. So now we are launching L1 program. So L2 will start in August. So L1 we are launching in 2 batches. In April, 1 batch is going to start. Orientation of that program is happening this 30th March, and another batch is starting in June. So we have 3 modules in this coach program. So first module will be wisdom sessions. So to make it comfortable for all the working professionals, this time we are launching this coach program with just twice a week you will have wisdom sessions. In that also we have 2 options where you can attend. Wednesday and Sundays are there, and Saturdays and Sundays. So if you're working, it's the best option to choose for you. So you can opt any one option, either Wednesday or Sunday, or Saturday and Sunday will be there. So you need to attend twice a week of wisdom sessions. So this can be attended live or self-paced as per your convenience, and meditation practice. So along with this, you need to practice meditation. Apart from wisdom sessions, you need to practice meditation 5 days per week. It will be self-paced. Through Buddha CO app, you need to practice the meditation so that we can track your practice. And third module will be interactive practical sessions. So whatever wisdom we are learning in this wisdom sessions, so alternate week, you need to pick a topic and present in the practical sessions with your partner. So here we'll have in detail discussion in the perspective of coach, and we'll have breakout room sessions with this practicals, and in deep Q&A will be there. So this will be alternate Sundays, and we'll have a week formative assessments will be there 2 weeks once. So overall 3 formative assessments will be there for the L1 coach program. So this is the high level. These are the dates. In detail information is there in the website. I'll just show you. So this is our website. You'll have in detailed information and you can register. And if you have any queries, you can reach out to me. My number is there in the website. And parallel to this, we are launching another program called Awareness. So this is a practitioner certificate program. So doing this program, this will be an added certificate in your resume that you are practicing Anapanasati meditation. Nowadays, it became a added advantage for your resume. So doing this practitioner certificate, you can also facilitate in the programs, in Buddha CO programs or any meditation programs being conducted. So in this, you need to attend same two wisdom sessions you need to attend per week, and you need to take assessments. So with that, like 6 weeks program it is. With this, you will be getting a practitioner certificate. In detailed information is there in the website, and we'll be posting the links in the chat. Our facilitators will post the links. So, thank you.
Okay, that's great. Thank you, Reshma, for everything you're doing. So 2 programs, a coach program, orientation starting on this Sunday, 30th, and a practitioner certificate. Both are certified programs. There's more. I think the way I term this is we're learning at our own pace, and there's more interaction. There tend to be small batches of usually 50, 60 students at best. And so then we learn with a lot of interactions and absorb it with some assessment so that we are really truly learning. Many people have said that when they join these programs, their learning power, they learned a lot more than normally when you do a 4-day like this, because there is a reason for why you're doing it. So it could be a good idea. And those of you who joined here, it'll be this concept, some of what you're learning here will be there in it. A lot of what we're learning will be there in it, maybe slightly more explained and will be there, but it'll be a great reinforcement. And it's happening mostly in that weekend batch at twice a week time. There's more reinforcement, more interactions, so deeply learning increases. That's how you have to see. And what we learn in 3 weeks here, 20 days, it takes about 8 weeks in that program, the coach program that we talked about. So learning at a slower pace. Yes. So thank you all, dear friends, for joining. And we'll see you all tomorrow. Once again, this week we are continuing to learn about physical health, mental health, and energy and all these concepts. Then we move to another question called manifestation next week. I'll see you tomorrow on another concept about this physical, mental health. Thank you.
I see the beauty in you. I see the power in you. I see the greatness in you. And so it is. I see the child in you. I see the sweetness in you. I see the softness in you. And so it is. I can see it. It's right there before me. I can feel it deep in my soul. I just know it, that you your sweet love.
Namaste. Welcome to the program Gratitude for Batch 2. Hope you had enjoyed today's fascinating wisdom and, of course, blissful meditation. Yes, Jaya ma'am, meditation was really blissful. I think we all wished we could continue more and more. But nevertheless, wisdom was also no less enriching. Yes. Yes. Meditation develops the powerful mental muscles of calm and insight. So for this platform is open for your questions and for your experience sharing. There are questions also. I'm glad to see the questions. Yes, Jaya ma'am, your question was how to deal a situation when the thing is important to you, but your family is not agree. For that, how can we explain them and how important that thing is? I would say, ma'am, as you practice meditation, your perception changes. And this line is very powerful. With practice of meditation, we are able to see the things as they are rather than we see as we are. When our perception changes, then everything changes. Not only we become open-minded, but we can distinguish what is right and what is wrong also. And with Master Osho's words, if you love yourself, you love others. If you hate yourself, you hate others. In every relationship of yours, you are just a mirror. You are just mirrored. From my own experience, I have felt, like I had shared yesterday also, that I stopped explaining myself altogether. I felt there is no need. Earlier, I was so concerned, in fact, more than concerned, that yes, I must prove my point. I must be proven right. So this is the change meditation does. Simply because we are in the present moment, we can see as the inner chatter or a clutter that gets cleared. So we gain clarity. So when things change inside you, things change all around you. So whether the person is right or wrong, rather than when we are totally in sync with the reality, then we can take the action accordingly. And the next question, how can I politely address complaints about poorly functioning system of institutions such as a bank with inadequate customer service? Yes, as just Chandra sir had, thank you, Balaji sir, for your very relevant question. We always face such things in our day-to-day life. Meditation, first of all, is giving us clarity. And we are getting courage for making our point of view clear. It empowers us so that we could speak our point of view. At the same time, we are not seeking for any kind of validation to seek to please someone, the immediate boss. We are not speaking. We are just saying our thing in a sensible manner. This is what it makes all the difference. You will have the confidence or courage to express yourself, at the same time, just not to be under any kind of fear or stress that, yes, just for the heck of it, I have to say something so that my boss or my team members are just pleased with me. We can make the difference in the most effective manner. You will gain more clarity as Sir will discuss this topic of emotional intelligence in detail. I hope I have been able to answer your question. If not, then you can please speak again. Can you please raise your hands? Yes, ma'am. I think you must have heard, sir, yes, we cannot keep the things under the carpet just for the heck of it, because we fear that, yes, it may not go well with some of the people, so-called important people in our life for that point of time. So there is a proper balance, I would say, as we practice. From my own experience, yes, you know when to ignore and when to take it to the next level. That clarity only meditation gives. And change is always coming from inside, ma'am. There are so many instances in our life that we are always out to change others. We are always expecting others to change. We are not seeing at us only, inside us. When we go inside us, when we go within, when we practice meditation, then things automatically start changing. This is what I can tell you from my experience. Even every relationship, I can share that with a particular worker of mine, I was very displeased, always complaining. But I could see the change in me. I started noting down his plus points. Yes, these are the plus points. And where your attention goes, there the energy flows. The person started changing in the sense I was no longer at least getting my peace disturbed on this aspect. It was not the perfect relationship where all hunky dory, but somehow it was amicable, or I was at peace with myself. Otherwise, atmosphere used to be very tensed. So meditation gives you the patience, gives you the courage, gives you everything that you need at that moment, when you are in the moment. Ma'am, it will change as you practice meditation. It's not a overnight change or something transformation, but it comes at its own pace. Gradually, you will see. Yes, ma'am, so rightly said. We will wait for the 40 days to complete, and changes will always be there. I always call them pleasant surprises in store. You will keep discovering the improved version of yourself from time to time as you practice meditation throughout your journey. Yes. Anyone else? Yes. Any takeaways from today's session? Age is just a number. Meditation makes you feel younger because you are able to learn more, you are able to retain more, you have that adequate gray mass, that raw material in your brain. That's why your memory power increases. In fact, again, I can't help sharing my experience with all of you. As I was going in the flow, whatever was coming to my mind, just doing my things, first of all, this attending the sessions regularly, doing volunteering work that included everything, hosting and book facilitating and being the facilitators of the WhatsApp group, so on. I learned so much, and I realized that my reading capacity had increased. I was able to read at faster pace, and my writing skills improved significantly. I could write more impressively in more smart manner, and it was taking less and less time. So certainly you do become improved version of yourself, but time is no bar. You cannot define a time frame that yes, within 1 month or 2 months, it just goes on, and you are no longer bothered also when that is going to take place, because you are so confined, so enjoying your journey at that point of time, that all of a sudden, at some point of time, you realize, oh, this is the change. This is no longer the old me. This is the new vibrant me. Yes, Kirangi, this is where your attention goes, there the energy flows. When we put our attention on all the things not going according to us, then that creates more and more such things. And when we just divert our attention rather than on the problem, on the solution, on the solution, then we keep evolving ourselves. New solutions do come to us. As we say, when your mind is busy, the answers you are looking for do never come. When your mind is still, calm, then the solutions you are looking for do come. Anyone else? Anyone would like to? No questions so far? Okay, then we can then conclude our session. But yes, I would expect that after such an amazing, fascinating session, one would certainly share the learnings. And sharing is very important, dear friends. We will keep asking you to share. Why? Because your question may be in the mind of 10 more people. Your experience may resonate with 10 more people. And your experience sharing may inspire not only 10, more and more people to share. So please keep sharing. Thank you so much for joining. Keep attending the sessions. Looking forward to seeing all of you in tomorrow's session. Happy meditating. Keep meditating. Keep having fun and frolic with your breath. Thank you. Namaste.